Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of Tside News. I'm Dan Carr.
And I'm Olivia Thornton. Coming up in today's show.
As jobless figures for young people exceed 1 million, we look at graduate job prospects.
Blogging in the digital economy and how anyone anywhere can publish their views online. The Tside Bake Off is back. Our newborn bakers take on the culinary delight, cupcakes. But first, the news. A man who ballooned to nearly 30 stone has lost half of his body weight with a little help from his mum. 36-year-old Nigel Malcolm lost his wife, home and job almost 2 years ago and decided to move home and turn his life around. Helped by his mother, Nigel discovered healthy eating, a love of the gym and lost nearly 15 stone in the process. Well done, Nigel, and all the best for the future.
George Galloway and Lord Prescott were among 37 people who received compensation from News Group papers at the High Court yesterday. This is the latest revelation in the long-standing investigation into phone hacking at the News of the World. Lord Prescott is reported as saying that his £40,000 compensation brought clarity, apology and compensation for the years of hacking into the telephone message by Rupert Murdoch's News Group.
It's been revealed the captain of the ill-fated cruise liner Costa Concordia was entertaining a passenger rep shortly before the disaster. The 25-year-old has defended Captain Schettino, who has been labelled a coward after jumping aboard a lifeboat, leaving passengers stranded on the boat. Captain Schettino is currently being held under house arrest on suspicion of manslaughter after 11 people have been confirmed dead and a further 21 still missing.
Welcome to Tside News. Our top story. It has never been tougher for graduates to find work. According to a recent poll, there are over 70 applications for each job vacancy. The Association for Graduate Recruiters surveyed over 200 firms and found that many employers now insist on a minimum of a 2-1 degree, rendering the 2-2 degree qualification practically useless. Here in Middlesbrough, Mayor Ray Mallon said recently that there are 18,000 out of 88,000 people on the out-of-work benefits. Here's Oliver Hudson.
Tside University aims to achieve regional, national and international recognition as the UK's leading university for working with businesses. A staggering 165,000 students are set to leave university this summer. With Middlesbrough being one of the highest unemployed areas and the North East being the highest unemployed region in the UK, should students be worried about their futures? We spoke to students and asked what their degree means to them.
Mechanical engineering student at Tside Uni. I need the degree to become a chartered engineer. Straight after uni, not a great deal. I need the chartered engineering status to get a lot of jobs. A lot of jobs will probably give you some training as part of the job as it is, but due to uni, I'll probably have a lot of training as it is.
But unfortunately, the same views do not apply for all students.
I'm doing a film and TV course and so far it's pretty good. The BA stands for bugger all, and so I know it's not important, it's nice to have. I probably would have went straight into work experience, but I didn't know how to go about it, so I took the university because I thought they'd give us a leg up. It depends what I go into doing after my course, because we're getting taught sort of the basics in a wide range of things. So say if I want to be an editor, then I'll need to know more specific stuff, if that makes sense.
I'm off to see Tside University's Vice-Chancellor Graham Henderson, who has come up with a solution involving degree work and work experience.
One thing we're looking at is a lot of our students, I don't know whether you're local Tside people, a lot of our students are local Tside people, and many of them work in Tesco's and Sainsbury's and so on part-time. So I say, rather than a student be a full-time student and work part-time, why couldn't they work and study part-time if they could still do their degree in 3 years? Have more students studying alongside work. That would mean they can still graduate in 3 years, but they leave with 3 years work experience, they have an income while they're working, they wouldn't need to take student loans perhaps. So we're looking at one possibility of changing things around.
So how do you decide where you want to go? Research the field, see what you need to get the job that you want, talk to current successors, see where they are, how they got there and where they started, talk to local people in the industry that you want to get into and see if they have a work placement. Oliver Hudson, reporting from Tside University.
1 in 5 students will be a victim of crime while studying at college or university, according to the study by the National Union of Students. Criminals see students as easy targets because they tend to have lots of valuables, such as laptops, phones, bikes and TVs, which can be easily stolen. This report from Dan Carr.
Many students are affected by crime, one of the most notable of which is burglary, which has affected 45 people of November last year in the Middlesbrough area. Emma Gaffney, a student of crime scene science at Tside University, is one such person affected by burglary.
It was Halloween night of 2010.
How did it make you feel when it happened?
A bit scared of where I'm living, to be honest, because sometimes, well, you don't feel as safe when you know someone's been in your house.
Were you in the house when it happened?
I wasn't. I was in my next door neighbour's house and we'd left the door unlocked because we were getting ready for Halloween and we were just going in and out of each house, and then it happened within 5 minutes.
How did it make you change how you're living in this house?
Yeah, because everyone, even when we're in the house, will just lock the front door.
Many people pass through university unscathed by crime, never knowing the significant psychological effect it can have, but with crime figures reaching an all-time low, the chance of it occurring is very small.
Now, as you can see, this is a map of Tside University and the surrounding area of Middlesbrough. Yet, there are little to no crimes actually occurring within the university itself. So tenants of the university, such as Parkside or Woodlands Halls, can sleep soundly knowing that their property is safe. Now, as you can see here, the rate of incidents in terms of robbery is a very small fraction of the crime within the Middlesbrough area. However, it does also show that the surrounding area, including many student houses and residences, is at risk of being robbed, albeit a very small risk.
Jed Kirkbright, a crime reduction officer for Cleveland Police, warns that even though crime is at an all-time low, it is not an excuse to lower your awareness of it. Natalie Seddon and Junique Audula went to speak with him to find out if he had any insights to share.
My name is Jed Kirkbright. I'm a crime reduction officer with Cleveland Police, and I'm based at Middlesbrough. My job is to prevent and reduce crime across Middlesbrough. But people can always look to reduce the chance of becoming a victim of crime themselves. Simple things like locking your doors and windows, keeping an eye on your personal possessions. Mobile phones are often targeted by thieves against students, so always keep your mobile phone safe. Don't leave it on the table or in the bar, etc. It's the back under the battery, or you can press on the keypad *#06# comes up with your IMEI number. Note that number, because that can't be changed on your phone. We recover a lot of stolen property in Middlesbrough, but it's difficult tracing it back to the owner, so having something like the serial number of the mobile is very useful.
With crime overall in the Middlesbrough area on the decline, there is much less need for worry. However, there should always be vigilance in protecting your property.
Hello, I'm here with Ravi Amruth, who's a member of the British Psychological Society, and he's here to talk about crime today. So Ravi, what factors do you believe influence people into crime?
Well, there are several factors, each stemming from usually a different subfield from the field of psychology. We've got several theories from biological psychology and social psychology as well, so that really opens up the nature-nurture debate that rages within psychology at the moment. Obviously, it's also important to look at other disciplines such as sociology as well, but obviously I'm here to look at the psychological standpoint.
Talking about nature and nurture, do you think children living and growing up in a high crime area are more likely to be involved in criminal activity?
Well, within social psychology there is a theory called social learning theory, which basically states that children learn by modelling their actions on the individuals around them. Now, when we see that 1 in 3 children in this country are born into poverty or poverty-stricken areas, we can apply this theory. And we can see that children may end up living a life of crime simply by modelling their actions on those who've already done that around them.
Yeah. So talking about social factors, what about genetic factors? Can they be involved in this?
Yes, there are several theories and studies that have been performed within biopsychology as well, and the main ones really state that criminal activity can actually stem from issues such as ADHD or fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So what about any other factors that might be involved in this?
Well, there are several other sort of snippets of information and snippets that may also influence whether someone goes into crime. Males born with an extra Y chromosome are actually deemed more likely to go into crime.
Oh, right.
And there is also another theory called arousal theory, which states that people just perform crime simply due to the sheer adrenaline rush and the sensation of arousal that they get from doing that. There are actually some people out there who also say that genetic factors and biological factors play much more of a part in deciding whether someone will be a criminal than the social factors around them.
Thank you so much for coming into the studio today.
Thank you.
Blogging is often regarded as being at the forefront of Britain's new digital economy, carving out a piece of cyberspace where anyone with a technological skill can publish their views or sell goods and services. As the internet forms an increasingly dominant part of how we communicate, Jessica Burt has this report on the rise of a blog.
Is Perez Hilton the biggest superfan in the history of celebrity?
Perez Hilton, formerly known as Mario Lavandera, a celebrity in his own right, famous for following the scandalous lives of the world's elite, Perez forged his career through blogging about celebrity news and gossip and became one of the most recognised bloggers among social networkers, known for his controversial posts. Geek Chic is one of the leading fashion blogs in Tside. The author, Chantal Taylor, is here to tell us a bit more about what it takes to become a success in the social networking industry.
Did you find it hard to set up your blog?
Not really. I had someone else with me who was quite technological, but before that I had my own little WordPress blog and they're really easy to make. I've done about 3 other blogs for other people I've worked with, so once you get the hang of it, it's the easiest thing in the world. You can start with blogging. You can I have this blog and I put it on my CV. If I'm applying for a job, I'll tell them about it. So it's a stand-in to get there. It shows that you can come up with ideas, you can make whatever you want. So that shows a company that you've got plenty of ideas. You can start from nothing.
Do you think that blogging is the future?
I think that blogging is the future because rather than hardcore straight news, it's a bit fun, it's a bit different.
Huffington Post is one of the most influential blogs in the world. It started out in 2005 as mainly a news site, but has grown to cover almost every aspect of news, from politics to entertainment and style. Anthony Vickers, at the forefront of journalism and blogging as a sports journalist for the Gazette and author of his vlog, Untypical Burrow, give his views on Twitter on the rise of social networking and the decline in print media.
Creatively, it has big advantages. Unlimited space, can use embedded video, links to other sources, interact with readers. For small niche bloggers, the future is unwritten. It could be fantastic for the best if they can find a way to make it pay. Mainstream big media bloggers less clear, have to find a way to attract an audience to unique content and make money. Big media won't indulge in pay time intensive bloggers long term with no return. Can't give content away free forever.
So, is blogging the new future for the younger generation? With graduate employment figures dropping, will young hopefuls grab the opportunity in the cyber job market and begin forging a career in blogging?
That report was from Jessica Burt and Olivia. You have an interest in blogging, and you were involved in the production of that film.
Yes, I was.
Tell me, why do you blog?
It's a really good way to start your career off. People are looking more and more at your social networking skills when you're looking for a job. That's what they look at on your CV. They want to see that you've got the skills to create something out of nothing.
Thank you. Can you tell me more about this concept of microblogging?
Microblogging is like your social networking sites. It's like Twitter, that's a microblogging site. It's really good. It's a new way of new journalism. And people are getting jobs from their Twitter pages all the time. People are headhunting through Twitter, and news is breaking faster on Twitter than any other media.
Like the Saddam Hussein case?
Yes, the Osama bin Laden death was first on Twitter.
Sorry. what can you tell me? Is it possible to make a living out of blogging?
It is, yeah. A lot of people are getting advertising on their blogs. That's really easy. It's through Google, and it takes 2 minutes to set up. And then a lot of people on YouTube are getting big companies like Lancome and makeup companies. They're hiring people to buy their products and paying them to do it, just so that they get some advertising through people's blogs. So many people are watching them. It's just so easy to get revenue from them.
Right. Thank you. And now we have Natalie with the sports news.
Thank you, Dan. Chris Coleman, who was unveiled as the new Wales manager on Thursday, is replacing the late Gary Speed. The Football Association of Wales confirmed Coleman's appointment at a Cardiff press conference after days of speculation. Coleman said it was one of the proudest moments of his career, but it was also a difficult situation. Late wickets for Graham Swan and James Anderson rounded off a vastly improved England display against Pakistan on the second day of the first test in Dubai. These late wickets leave the hosts 288 for 7, leading by 96 runs. The newfound form ensures that England will go into the third day with their hopes very much alive. Former Middlesbrough and Hull striker Dean Windass has admitted that he attempted suicide earlier this month. After battling with alcohol and depression following his retirement 2 years ago, Windass admitted that he tried to end it all when he hit rock bottom. On hearing the news of Windass, former boss Phil Brown said that he believes that not enough is being done to help players once their careers end. That's the sport for today.
Thanks for that, Natalie. Finally, we take a look at the growing baking craze. Despite the recession figures from the consumer research group Mintel show that 28% of people in the UK bake from scratch using raw ingredients at least once a week. Sales of bakeware have more than doubled over the past 2 years, and sales of decorating and icing sugar are up by 70%. Behind this boom in baking is a new generation, raised on celebrity chefs, best-selling books and ratings-grabbing television shows, that is spending more time in the kitchen. So what is all the fuss about? We set our crack team of newborn bakers the task of baking the tastiest cakes in our January bake-off.
Three makeshift chefs, 3 sets of cakes. There can only be one winner in the battle for culinary supremacy. Sam Elliott, Sarah Burns and Kate Robertson will take to the kitchen to pit their wits against each other. The time has come for the great Tside bake-off. Who wins, you decide. Let the madness begin. You know, baking's never been my strong point, and I've never really taken an interest in it, to be honest. But this seemed quite a fun thing to do, and as you can see, I had fun making it as well. And despite me struggling to crack an egg and the inability to read instructions properly or turn the oven on, my cakes actually turned out quite well. But I think based on the evidence, Delia won't be ringing me anytime soon to congratulate me.
Although baking wasn't a bad experience, I'll be thinking twice before agreeing to it again, especially on film. It was fun and messy, but a lot harder than I thought it would be, and as you'll see, I made some funny mistakes. I've never baked anything before, and I'm not particularly good at cooking, even the simplest of meals, so baking from scratch wasn't an option. But even with a cake mix, I definitely struggled. Once I'd got all the boring and complicated baking out of the way, I had fun decorating the cakes. It was good to finally destroy my kitchen with chocolate sprinkles and vanilla icing.
I have always loved baking, and it is something I do occasionally. I think that it's good that there has been a revival in the art of cookery, and I can see why more and more people are taking it up. I think that it's important to cook from scratch as you're able to see what goes into your food. I always get a sense of pride when I see my finished cakes, and I think bakery is something that can be enjoyed by the whole family. I learned to bake from my grandma by going every Saturday to learn how to bake cakes of all different shapes and sizes, so I think it'll be good when I win this competition and blow the other contestants out of the water.
2, 1. Joining us now is the winner, Sam. How did you find the baking experience? Was it fun?
It was a real eye-opener. Obviously it was like scary and daunting at first, but you know, I was really proud with the end product, but yeah, it was quite stressful at times.
So are you going to take up baking? Is it something you like doing?
I think based on the evidence, no. It's not something I don't like doing really. It's not something I've done regularly. And I don't think Delia will be ringing up anytime soon. I'm no Heston.
Oh well. Are you glad you won though, regardless?
Well, you've got to be, haven't you? Obviously I'm really proud. Look at the other ones on the table. I can't believe I've won, but you know, I've won, so all good.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now it's time for the weather.
Hi there, it's been another chilly but bright morning on Tside. However, as the evening approaches, we will be expecting wind and rain showers. Today, temperatures will average around 4 degrees, but later this evening, Middlesbrough will see temperatures rising to 8 degrees, with some areas seeing double figures of 10. Unfortunately, the rise in temperature will be met with rain showers from mid-afternoon. Starting with light showers around the tea time rush, these may turn into heavy rain, which may not leave us until midnight in some places. As the rain comes in, it brings with it light winds, which will shift the wet weather ready for Saturday, which is looking cloudy with the chance for gales and a possible glimpse of some wintry weather. In summary, Friday will get wetter and windier as the day progresses, but warmer.
Well, that's all from me and the team here at Tside News. Join us at the same time tomorrow for an update on the day's news.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.